Okay, so I'm probably going to get a lot of slack for recording this episode, but at the same time, I really don't care because I think this needs to be said and I think people need to hear it. So, with that being said, welcome back to another episode of Girl Behind the Mic. I am your girl, Tony, and let me say welcome to everyone that is tuning in. Tonight's episode is going to be about self worth. Ladies and gentlemen, please know your worth or figure it out. Even at this point, people are still figuring out who they are and what they want to be, including myself at the young age of pushing 40. I'll be 40 in August, believe it or not. And I am just now figuring out like the really deep parts about myself. And I believe that all comes with, time and growth, and you learn about yourself. You learn about what you like. You learn what you don't like. You learn what to put up with. You learn what to not put up with. So, with that being said, I'm learning still to this day about, my self worth and what I am able to tolerate and what I am not. And this goes relationship wise, friendship wise, career wise as well. And I've learned so much within the past year about what I'm able to tolerate and what I'm not going to tolerate, to the point where if I feel like your energy field don't match with mine, I got to let you go. I can't talk to you. I can't associate with you because I feel like there's something that's toxic about you or the situation you may bring or the situation that I may be in that I need to remove myself from. And I have done that with friends. I have done that career wise, and I will continue to do so. Speaking of relationships, I'm going to jump into that first because I don't think I really touch on that too much on this podcast. And it's not that I'm against talking about personal life or anything like that. It's just, I just choose not to because, I don't really like to put that part about myself out there. I'm still very personal as far as my private life, and I kind of like it to keep it that way. That way it brings mystery. Nobody really knows, about my private life. So I really try to keep it that way. But at the same time, what you are able to tolerate with a partner or a potential partner or someone that you're dating or talking to or whatever the case may be. If you are starting to see traits to where it's affecting you in a negative light, then you actually need to start distancing yourself from that person, place, or thing, situation, whatever the case may be. I'm to the point now where I'm not afraid to cut people off. I'm not afraid to cut people out of my life and push forward. I'm not afraid to tell anyone to kick rocks. You know what I mean? Because I've learned that if there is something about you that does not make me feel good or makes me feel any type of way, any type of, negativity or whatever the case may be, however, you may move different, you may move a little bit funny, and I don't like it. I'm not afraid to cut you out of my life. I'm not afraid to say, okay, no, this can't fly. This ain't happening. And I'll tell you why. You may not like the answer or whatever the case may be, but I'm not afraid to do it at this point because I realize that my sanity comes first. And I'm not going to sit up here and I'm not going to argue with someone, and I'm not going to keep on. Let me not say argue. I'm not going to keep having debates with someone that aren't going anywhere because of the simple fact that I'm grown and I don't argue anymore. So, I'm going to make my points be known. You can make yours be known. We can agree to disagree and part ways. And that's whether it's with a male partner, a female friend, whatever the case may be. I'm not afraid to end friendships either. Let me just throw that out there. Okay, throughout the whole pandemic, I learned to be by myself, and I actually am to the point now where I love being by myself. I love doing things by myself. So if I don't have anyone by my side to do things with, or whatever the case may be, I'm okay with that because sometimes I just need to step away and sometimes I just need that solitude and I need to be by myself to regroup. Okay. I'm going to put this out there. I don't know, but you know what? At this point, I might as well just get a little deep with it because, you know, that's what I wanted this podcast to be about. I'm an empath. Okay. I'm going to just throw it out there. I pick up energy. I pick up other people's energy, and it affects me. And if I'm somewhere and the energy is off, or if I'm with someone and their energy is off, and it totally affects me, and I have to go and I have to regroup myself, and people don't realize that they do cast off, bad vibes and negative energy and things like that. Like, people may not think so, but it's true. Speaking from someone who picks it up and who can walk into a room and pick up the vibe on what is going on in that room just by scanning that room, that vicinity, knowing whether or not you want to be there or whether you don't, it really truly does affect a person, and it affects me. So if I cut you out of my life, it's because I cannot be around your energy. Your energy don't match with mine. And I'm tired of having to be around you and then having to go and cleanse myself and get rid of this negative energy or whatever the case may be. It's a real thing. It's a real thing to pick up someone else's vibe. And you probably may not even realize it, but it's so true. So I know my self-worth as far as me not being able to be around things like that and to remove myself from situations like that. Bad people, bad relationships. I'm not going to sit up and argue with anyone. I'm not. Male, female, relationship wise, no, I'm not. Let me go ahead and rewind that. Relationship wise, let me say male because I don't want to put anything out there and have people thinking something that's not male. So I just know that if I don't vibe with you on that level, it's okay for me to remove myself. And that goes for anyone out there who is listening. If you have any notion or any doubt that, that person may not be giving you what you need or what you want, or you're feeling some type of way, it's okay to remove yourself from that situation. Know what you are worth, know what you're able to tolerate. And if that person may not be giving that to you, remove yourself from it. Don't be afraid to be alone. And don't be afraid to say no or pull back or whatever the case may be. We need to start setting boundaries. As much as the next person may not like it, we have to start doing that because it's only going to benefit us in the end. And that goes as far as career too. Y'all got PTO for a reason. If you work in an establishment where, you get your vacation hours, if you're not a business owner or whatever, you clock in, you know what I'm saying? Y'all got PTO hours for a reason. Use them, okay? Because at the end of the day, if you leave that job, trust me, your position is going to be posted a week later, okay? And they do not care. So give them that same energy that they would give you. Take that mental day off if you need that mental day. Because at the end of the day, all of that stuff still comes back to you. And it makes you realize, like, okay, you know what? I needed that. I'm not going to let nobody work me to death. Okay? I'm not. I'm going to take my days off and I'm going to do whatever it is I have to do. I know what I'm valued at. I know what I'm worth. And that's what I'm going to go for. If you are trying to put yourself out there, don't let nobody down talk you either. Know your value, know your worth, know what you stand for, and don't let anyone tell you different. Because I'm starting to realize now, like, I tolerated a lot and I didn't think about it, but now that I really see it, like, I put up with a lot of stuff that I should have never put up with. And now I'm actually to the point where I'm just like, peace out. Bye. You can kick rocks. A situation can kick rocks. That energy, you can have that back because I don't want it. I'm cool. I know what I'm worth. I know what I'm about. That pay, nah, you're going to have to pay me more than that. I know what I do. I know how this company would run without me. I keep this company afloat. Things like that, Take that stuff into consideration when you get off of work and you are stressed out. And you're thinking about, my God, should I go into work the next day? Nah, I'm going to go ahead and take this mental health day. And what I call a mental health day is, let me go ahead and call in sick because my kneecap hurts. Or, oh my God, I broke my toenail. Mental health. I'm not going to work. I got to go get a pedicure. Things like that. Because sometimes you just need to check out. Checkout time is 11 o'clock. My checkout time is tomorrow, which is a Friday. So, with that being said, don't be afraid to do those things. Don't be afraid to debate with someone. Don't be afraid to say, this is what I stand for and this is what I'm going to take. And that's it. If you're not giving me that same energy for what I'm giving to you, go ahead, fall back. If you're not trying to meet me in the middle, matter of fact, if you're trying to meet me, you need to be giving me 70 and I'm going to go ahead and give you this 30. You know what I mean? So don't be afraid to stand for what you actually know you're worth. Don't be afraid to cut somebody off. Don't be afraid to say no. I'm learning how to say no still to this day. And sometimes I feel bad for saying no. But then I walk away and I'm like, damn, I did that. Bitch, I said no. It could be the smallest little thing, like, no, I don't want to go there or whatever. I don't care. I said no. And I don't feel bad about it. And I'm going to continue doing it. So I'm learning to actually value myself in a different way. And it's a process. Let me tell you, it's definitely a process. But I'm really open to it. And I've learned so much about myself just by not tolerating everything and putting up with everything because I don't have to. It's okay for me to say no. It's okay for me to have a different view than the next person. And I don't have to tolerate this. I don't have to put up with this because the next person thinks I should. I know what I'm worth. I know I'm smart. I know what I'm capable of doing. So go into things with that mindset. It could be with friendships, like I said, acquaintances, your career, relationships, whatever it may be. Go into it, walk towards it with that mindset of, bitch, you can't tell me nothing. And that's just what it is. So I'm still learning my self worth at almost being 40 years old in August. And I'm okay with the journey. I am. It was hard at first, but I'm cool with it now. And I smile and I laugh at things like, Dev, Tony, I can't believe you put up with shit like that. And now I'm like, Control, Alt, Delete, Block, bitch, bye. Ain't nobody tripping off you. Ain't nobody tripping off the situation. If you don't match where I'm at, then you can go ahead and kick rocks. So, with that being said, please learn your self-worth. It's going to be a process, but at the same time, the journey is a good one. And I hope that you continue to learn about yourself, just like I'm continuing to learn about myself and what I am standing for and what I will put up with and what I won't put up with. So I hope that you either take something from this podcast. It's not too long, but it's just something that I really wanted to talk about. And it's okay to say no. It's okay to say I'm done. It's okay to say, hell, you don't match my fly. Like, whatever the case may be, whatever it is, that person can like freaking pineapples and you don't. And that could be a turn off. Whatever it is, it don't matter. Like, it don't matter. Just know that it's okay to say no. It's okay to say, nah, you're not where I'm at. I deserve more. I deserve better. And if you're not going to give me that, if this situation isn't going to give me that, I'm going to make it happen for myself. And I just realized something again. Like, damn, I really been doing that. Go ahead, Tony. Go ahead. Pat on the back. I'm going to go ahead and end this episode. I hope you find something that you can take from it and run with it. I hope something, clicked from the few short words that I said. I'm going to go ahead and end this here and say, continue on your journey to figuring out who you are if you haven't yet. There's always something new that you can learn about yourself. And don't be afraid to say no. Don't be afraid to say, I don't put up with it. Don't be afraid to say, nah, that ain't it, boo. So do whatever you have to do to make sure that you are content where you are. Keep learning about yourself. Until next time, I hope you enjoyed this episode of Girl Behind the Mic. Bye.